Hello everyone. Today we'll revise the poem A Thing of Beauty written by John Keats. First of all, the key points of the poem. The beautiful things of nature are permanent source of joy and make our lives sweet. A thing of beauty is a joy forever, poet says so. It does not pass into nothingness and its beauty keeps on increasing. The beauty of beautiful things keeps on increasing. It never passes into nothingness. It gives us sound sleep and good health. This world is full of frustrations, disappointments, and dearth of noble people. These make our life gloomy and sad. But things of beauty remove all the pall and sadness from our spirits. The beautiful things the poet is mentioning in the poem, they are sheep, daffodils, clear streams, musk roses, and forest thickets. These things soothe and make us happy. Stories of heroes who have died in peace of war are also things of beauty and have a stimulating effect. But the beauties of nature are lovelier than all the lovely tales and are like the immortal drink from heaven. Now we'll move to the explanation part of the poem. First stanza is a thing of beauty is a joy forever. The poet says that anything, if it is beautiful, it is a permanent source of joy. Its loveliness increases and its loveliness keeps on increasing. It will never pass into nothingness. It never becomes useless. But will keep a bower quiet for us. But it keeps us a cover for us, a comfort zone for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams. And it provides a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing because of the beautiful things only around us of nature. We get good sleep, we get sweet dreams, we get good health and quiet breathing. Now we'll see the literary devices. First of all, the rhyme scheme of the stanza. First line is forever. Here we can see forever. It is A. Then will never. Again it is rhyming with this, so we can call it A. Keep. It's not rhyming with A, so we can call it B. Then sleep. It is then again B. And quiet breathing. It's different from all the above lines, so we can give it C. Hence, rhyme scheme of this poem is A, A, B, B, C. Then second figure of speech which is there, that is alliteration, use of consonant sounds. Be specific. Consonant sounds. Here sleep, sweet. Two things are repeated here. Then that is alliteration. Now we'll move to the next stanza. Before that, let me circle this for you. Sleep and sweet. SS repeated. This is the same line. See. Line is started, it is not finished. This is one more figure of speech that is called enjambment. If the same line continues to the next line without use of any here punctuation mark, see here no punctuation mark is given, that is enjambment. Now we move to the second stanza. Therefore on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. These beautiful things of nature are the only reason because of which we have an urge to live, and we keep on making garlands of beautiful flowers, and we keep on wreathing ourselves to earth. We keep on binding ourselves to earth just because of these beautiful things. They encourage us to live spite of despondence, in spite of lot of hopelessness which is there in the world, in spite of inhuman dearth, the dearth of noble natures and dearth of humanity in this world. Of gloomy days, there are a lot of gloomy days, sad days, there are a lot of days when we are upset, we are sad. Of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways, there are a lot of unhealthy things. Over darkened ways means the days which we find dark. Dark here means sad. Made for our searching, there are lot of things which are full of negativity around us. In spite of all, the poet says, in spite of all those things, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. There is some shape of beauty which helps us in this situation, which encourages us to keep our life moving on. We'll see the literary devices here. First is anaphora, that is use of same word in two consecutive lines here. Noble nature of all the unhealthy. Okay. Similar thing is in both the lines, that is anaphora. Alliteration, use of consonant sound. B, bind. Okay. Band and bind here. Bind, bind, band and bind. That is alliteration. Metaphor, you all are very versed with this. That is wreathing a flowery band. The beautiful things of our life bind us to the earth here. It is comparison we are finding. That is metaphor. Imagery. Imagery is a kind of figure of speech in which the poet wants to create a sensory effect of the lines what he's or she is writing, that a kind of image appears in front of our eyes. Here we can see a flowery band. Then we start imagining a garland here, flowery band. Then comes inversion. Inversion is normal order of words when it is reversed. Means this line of the poem does not follow proper order of a sentence, like in proper order first of all comes subject, then verb, then object. But in this figure of speech, this order is reversed. It is mixed. That is inversion. Now we'll move to the next stanza. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in. Now in this stanza, the poet is talking about the beautiful things which give us inspiration to live a healthy, a good, a happy life. The things are sun, moon, old and young trees, and shady boon, because all these things are a kind of boon, blessing for us. He's also talking about the animal, sheep, and the flowers, beautiful daffodils, and the forest, green world they live in. All these things of nature encourage us to live. He is also giving the credit to clear rills. Rills here means rivers, that for themselves a cooling covert make, because these things provide us cooling effect. They cool our hearts against the hot season, against all the negativities of life. The mid forest break, this clear rill found in the forest, they also create a kind of cooling covering to our hearts. They also soothe our hearts. Literary devices use alliteration against consonant sound repeated. Then that is alliteration here, shady, simple, and sheep. Okay. Even we can see here sprouting and s, shady here and simple, and then sheep here. That is alliteration. Imagery, trees giving shade. We imagine here a tree which is providing shade to us. Then this antithesis which is written here, it is hardly asked in your exam, that is opposite words placed together, old and young. Here it was in the second line, old and young, antithesis. Next stanza, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose bloom. It is continued from the previous stanza itself. Here the poet has talked about the mid forest break. In the forest there is a clear rills which are there. Everything is full of beautiful fragrance. Here is talking about musk fragrance, the blooms. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. He is telling these things of nature are source of inspiration to us. But along with this, apart from this, the other things which soothe our heart, which give us comfort, which give us happiness, they are also the things like poems and plays, like literature, things of literature here. All the lovely tales that we have heard or read about mighty dead, the war stories, or any piece of literature the poet is talking about, they also give a kind of comfort to us. They are like an endless fountain of immortal drink. These things are these beautiful stories or the piece of art, they are like nectar to us, immortal drink, which is pouring unto us from the heaven's brink, which it seems like from heaven these beautiful things are poured onto us. Literary devices used here, Alliteration, use of consonant sound at the start of two words. Here H in have, heard. Okay. Then next is metaphor. Immortal drinks. Beautiful things of nature are forever like never ending portion of a drink. Here immortal drink. These are stories of mighty dead and other things, the piece of literature. They are compared to immortal drink. So that is metaphor here. Rhyme scheme of this is rich with sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. We can give it A. Then second line dooms, again A. Third line dead, then red. Then we'll give it B, and then B drink brink, C C. Hence the rhyme scheme is A B B C C. Okay, imagery, bushes full of musk rose. Here we are thinking about the rose bushes. That is imagery. Kind of image appears in front of us. Next, now we have reached to the end of the explanation. Now we'll revise it again. That is summary. The poem is taken from the poem titled Endymion, a poetic romance written by the famous poet John Keats. A beautiful thing is a source of eternal joy. Its loveliness grows with the passage of time, and its impact never fades away. But what happens? Its impact keeps on growing day by day. It is as soothing as a cool shade. It never passes into nothingness. It gives us good health, sound sleep, and mental peace. It provides the beholder with a heaven of tranquility and solace. Man and nature are inseparable. The poet actually wants to say that existence of human species is not possible without nature. It is the beauty of nature that keeps us attached to this earth. Every morning we collect fresh, lovely flowers and prepare garlands. They refresh our moods, and we forget our worries for a while. Every person gets a bitter taste of sorrow in their lives, suffering and grief. Disease, disappointments, and misfortunes give us mental and physical suffering. It is the beautiful things that remove the pall of sadness from our lives and make us happy and hopeful. All beautiful things of nature are a boon for human beings. The sun, the moon, trees, daffodils, simple sheep, clear streams of water, forest ferns, musk roses, all these things are beautiful. They all provide us peace and happiness. In addition to these lovely objects of nature, there are plays and poems to lift our spirits. Yes, I was talking about the literary pieces, that is this here. The glorious achievements of mighty heroes and magnificent rewards by God, and the day of judgment for those mighty men. Lovely tales of olden days are endless source of everlasting joy. The poet feels that nothing can surpass the beauty of nature. Nothing is greater than the beauty of nature. The beauty of nature is the greatest one. They are an elixir of life. They are like an endless fountain that pours immortal drink from the heaven into our hearts. So, beauty is a gift of God and it gives us joy forever. Thank you everyone for watching this. If any doubt, ask me. I'll be happy.